Hi Pisces, this is Wendy from Wendys Tarot. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be asking the cards what's happening for you in regards to love for the second half of this month of October 2025. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Also, I wanted to say, please be careful with scammers and fake channels. My only two channels are Wendy's Tarot and Wendy's World. Any other channel is fake. All right, here we go. Let's see, Spirit Angels and Guides, please show me what's happening for Pisces in regards to love for the second half of this month of October 2025, please. What's happening for Pisces in regards to love for the second half of this month? Okay, bottom of the deck we have here is the King of Pentacles. We also have the Empress in reverse, the Nine of Cups, with the Eight of Cups. Empress in reverse, Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. What in the world? Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Star. Okay. You know, Pisces, I am getting that you're leaving someone for somebody else. That's not going to be for all of you, but I mean, I shouldn't say that. Like, some of you already have a new person, you know, or you're already connecting to somebody else, and you're leaving. You're leaving whoever you've been dealing with, that you're fed up with and tired of. You're leaving them for somebody else. If you're not with anyone new, or you haven't met anyone new or anything like that, then you know you're leaving this person that you've been dealing with and that you're fed up with to make yourself available for someone new to enter your life. To me, you're making space for someone new to enter. You do seem very fed up. I think I need to dig into your energy a little bit more. Your energy is a little bit tough on the outside here. So let me see if I can break it down. Tell me about this King of Pentacles, please, with the Five of Swords. You know, you're just not happy, you know, with the Empress in reverse. You're not happy. You don't feel loved or cared about or supported or, you know, valued. And you are showing up as a King of Pentacles, male or female, doesn't matter the gender. You see your own value and you see your own worth, but you feel like the person that you're dealing with doesn't see that, you know, and that's not okay with you. You feel like you should be with someone who loves you and values you and sees your worth, and respects you. You know, you feel like that's what you deserve. You know, yeah, that's the type of person you deserve to be with and have in your life. So in other words, you feel like you're too good for this person. Whoever you've been whoever you've been dealing with, you feel like you're way too good for them. And it looks like you feel like it's time for you to put yourself first and walk away from this fool. Yeah, walk away from this fool that you've been dealing with. This foolish man or this foolish woman. Okay. Tell me more. Spirit, Five of Swords, and the King of Pentacles connected to Pisces. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. We have the Emperor. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. I like this masculine energy that you're harnessing. Yeah, you're harnessing a lot of masculine energy, Pisces, regardless of your gender, which basically means that you're taking action. You know, you're stepping up to the plate. You're moving. You're changing. You're making choices. You're making decisions. You're making up your mind. Yeah, it's like you're in this energy of, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. You know, this is what I'm gonna do moving forward. This is how I'm gonna move. This is how I'm gonna take action. You know. Huh. Again, we have the Tower. It looks like you made up your mind that you want to let the tower fall. Yeah, you want to let it fall. You're not gonna try to keep it up. You're not gonna try to save it. You're not gonna try to like extinguish the flames, extinguish the fire. You're just gonna let it burn. You're gonna let it fall. Okay, that's what it's saying so far. Let's keep going. I'm gonna clean this up. Let's see. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell me here for Pisces in regards to love for the second half of this month of October 2025? All right, what else can you tell me for Pisces? Ace of Swords. Okay, that's good. What else can you tell me for Pisces? Oh, we have the Five of Wands here. Magician. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're kind of like standing on business here. Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. You're saying enough is enough. You're drawing a line in the sand. You're putting your foot down. Five of Wands and the Magician. It looks like you are putting an end to the chaos or the drama, the conflict, issues, problems. I don't know what that is actually. Let me look at that. Spirit, tell me about the Five of Wands, please. Let me stop guessing and let me just figure it out what it is. Five of Wands could be anything. Let's see. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay. All right, Eight of Swords again, Five of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Interesting. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, I see. Yeah, this is like bullshit, basically. Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Okay. Huh. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so you're saying enough is enough and putting drawing a line in the sand because you're tired of this person playing games with your heart, playing mind games and head games with you, being in and out of your life, being very inconsistent. You know, one day they're here and one day they're not. And, you know, one day they're doing this and the next day they're doing that. You know, it's just too much trouble. It's too much, again, inconsistency, instability, wishy-washiness. Yeah, you do seem fed up. I am getting a fed up energy. It's just very obvious to you that you can't trust this person. It's clear as water that this person is a mess and that nothing they say makes sense or nothing they do makes sense or nothing they say or do is coherent. They don't act like a mature adult either. They're all over the place and you just need some stability in your life. So you're getting rid of the human. Actually, let me see what you're doing. Actually, with the Magician card, let's look into that. Magician connected to the Ace of Swords, Spirit connected to Pisces, please. Interesting. Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Five of Wands again. Temperance and the Devil. Yeah, this hot and cold energy. constant hot and cold energy, lots of games. I'm getting like a cat and mouse type of game or a tit for tat game. Also excuses. You're tired of the excuses that you know are bullshit. Also getting that you're tired of this person like bold face lying to you. Bold face lying to you is what I just got. Bold face lying. Judgment and the Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, this person also has the tendency of returning back to you and acting like nothing bad has ever happened between the two of you. You know, very nonchalant, very casual, as if you two never had any type of issue or problem with each other. Like they're very dismissive of the issues within this relationship. Yeah, there's so much. I feel like there's so much. I feel like you have like an enormous list of problems with this person. All right, let's take a deeper look at this person's feelings for you the second half of October. Let's take a look at that. Just clean this up. All right, Spirit, what are this person's true feelings for Pisces, second half of October, please, of this month? Can you tell me about their true feelings for Pisces? Seven of Wands. Queen of Cups in reverse. That's too much. Page of Pentacles at the bottom, Two of Wands. All right, I'll take a look at this. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Okay, all of these cards just kind of fell out of the deck. I just went ahead and took them. Give me 1 second. You know, it looks like this person is really not ready to like settle down is what I'm noticing about them. It's almost like they want to settle down, but they also want to like continue being single. Yeah, I keep getting that. The Hermit and the Ten of Cups. I can see that this person wants to like have a serious relationship with you, have a committed relationship and settle down and have a home and a family and a happily ever after. You know, and all of that, the whole 9 yards. They're just not mature enough for that, you know. As much as they might want that, they're not mature enough. You know, they keep showing up as a Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. I feel like this person struggles to really make up their mind about what they really want. You know, I feel like they're constantly changing. Their feelings are constantly changing. Their desires are constantly changing. Sometimes they want this happily ever after committed relationship with you, and other times they don't. Other times they want to like try something new, you know, explore their options, play the field, you know, embrace their freedom and their liberty. So this person doesn't know if they're coming or they're going, you know. I also feel like this person has like an attention, what is that called? Like attention deficit disorder? Attention deficit disorder? Like they have a short attention span. They quickly lose interest, or they quickly change their interest. Their interests quickly change. Um, they're very unpredictable. You never know how this person's gonna feel or what they're gonna want on a specific day. I feel like this person kind of they kind of just want it all. They just need to kind of like grow up, you know. I feel like this person's has a very childish energy, you know. They're like a child at heart. You know, they might be a grown up on the outside or an adult on the outside, but it looks like this person's a child at heart. You know, like they're they're never satisfied, you know. They're and I feel bad for them a little bit, just kind of looking at this overall energy. Um, yeah, a little bit, because I can tell this person is like they struggle with feeling satisfied, you know, feeling content. Like their happiness is very shortly lived, you know. That must be hard. Yeah. But I have the moon in Pisces, so I'm very like empathic. And I don't really relate to that energy. Not sure how that feels like, but I imagine that must be hard to go through. You know, just never feeling happy, never feeling satisfied, you know. Always looking for something more. You know, it's almost like a restless energy. You know, this person's very restless all the time. They're always anxious, you know. Yeah, this person might need like a psychologist, I think is right. Psychologist, some sort of therapy. So that's what I see there. Yeah, I feel like this person suffers from like sadness, not sadness, but like depression. Yeah, this person might have like some sort of deep family wound, or parental wound, mother father wound, mother father issues. I feel like this person misses somebody, their mother or their father. I feel like they're missing that person, and it just kind of haunts them in everything they do. And you know, they act very selfish. It causes them to act selfish, you know, which it shouldn't do that, you know, and that's not a good thing. But I feel like that's where it's coming from. Anyway, let's see. Final messages, Spirit, for Pisces, please, for the second half of October 2025. I mean, I feel like you've been empathic with this person. Unfortunately, this person is just someone who keeps kind of abusing whatever kindness and generosity or empathy you give them. They take advantage of it, you know. They take it as an opportunity to overpower you or try to control you or manipulate you. You know, they use whatever feelings you have against you. So that's not fair, right? Hold on, not yet. All right, Spirit, final messages for Pisces. October 2025, second half. Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you see, that makes me feel bad for them, so sorry. What my feelings are not relevant to your reading, of course. But That's the thing. You see, Pisces, you're going to go off. You're going to leave this relationship. You are. And you're going to move on and you're going to go off and you're going to do so much better. Like, so much better. Meanwhile, this person's going to be forever stuck in the same place that they're at, you know, forever drowning, you know, forever lost, forever unhappy, forever miserable. That won't happen to you, you know. You'll heal from this, you know. You'll get over this, you know. You'll grow from this and you'll be better and you'll do better and you're going to have a lot of good opportunities and blessings and new beginnings. But they're never going to have that. That's not your fault. But you know, that's just a reality. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Some of you are going to have an increase in money and your finances, home, career, your job, business, work. Something about abundance is coming up for you, wealth, success, you know. Ten of Pentacles can also represent marriage. Yeah, I definitely noticed that because I saw the King of Cups showing up, or the Queen of Cups, whatever gender. So I did notice that there is going to be a new man or a new woman in your life. And I do see you moving on towards, you know, getting married or establishing a long-term commitment. And, you know, it's just great, you know. It's just going to be great. Everything's going to be great here for you. But this person is, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Tell me about the Nine of Swords, Spirit, please. The Fool. Okay. What does that mean? What do you mean? Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Temperance. The Fool. Temperance. Chariot. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. The World at the bottom of the deck. That's the thing. Yeah, look at that. World, Six of Wands, and the Tower with the Six of Swords. Confirmation that you're definitely going to leave. You're definitely going to sever ties and move on. I don't know when, you know, not necessarily this month of October. It could be later on. But the point is that you're leaving, you know. This person won't be a part of your life anymore. They'll be gone for good. Now, this person, yeah, they are going to be left behind. They're going to be left behind by you, and they're going to be devastated. They're going to be really stressed out and, you know, unhappy. The problem is that I feel like this person keeps receiving assistance and support, especially from the universe. It looks like the universe, maybe that's why I'm feeling bad too. Yeah, because it looks like the universe keeps trying to like extend out a helping hand, you know, to this person. The universe keeps like sending good opportunities to them, and they just keep sabotaging each and every opportunity they get, you know. Because I see another opportunity coming towards them, and once again, it looks like they're messing it up. Kind of curious about that. Give me a second here. Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords, the Emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Moon, Three of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, I see. Yeah, this is their attitude. That's the thing. This person has a bad attitude. That's what really messes them up. It's their attitude to everything. Like this kind of like arrogant, you know, prideful, I don't need you, I don't need your help type of attitude. Yeah, they keep wanting to act and pretend like they don't need help when in reality they do. They very much need help. They very much need assistance. They very much need support and guidance and, you know, all of these things. But they keep wanting to make it seem like they don't, you know, like they're perfect, like they're fine, like they're unbothered, like they have everything under control. So, you know, nobody can help them. You know, they need to let go of the ego. You know, that's what's really going on here. They need to put aside their ego and allow people um, to care about them and to help them, is what I'm getting. All right, Pisces, I'm going to stop right here. So I hope this reading helped in some way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Take care.